Okay, it's Toby from Heavyweight MMA. Today with George Mann from Riddler's gym, ready for his big fight. How are you, bro?
Yeah, going well, training hard, and no complaints. What about yourself?
Now,
How have you been?
good, bro. In preparation for the big fight, I've been practicing my Scottish. We've got Kimura Hau. Is that how you say it, bro? Kimura Hau.
I
You
have
never heard
no
that?
idea even
That's like a
what are you
Gaelic,
saying?
Scottish Gaelic. I learned a couple of phrases, and you don't even know yourself, bro.
Nah, you're more Scottish than I am.
I must be.
Maybe I'm more Australian these days than what I thought.
No, you definitely.
Maybe, bro. Cool. Anyway, bro, so kicking off, you got the big fight coming up against Jake Lund at Rice Championships, December 10th, man. How's the prep going?
Prep's going well. As I mentioned earlier, no complaints. Training really hard. Weight cut's going well. Yeah, it's just a matter of time. Get myself in there and do my best.
You seem pretty flat, bro. Is that a result of just pushing your body to the limits and, getting everything out of you?
Oh, absolutely. The guys at Riddlers have been killing me non-stop. The training's been out of this world, so really taking it up a notch. And yeah, as I say, this is a result of it, I guess. But by the time fight night comes around, I'll be energetic and ready to rock and roll.
Well, that's it, man. Well, it needs to be pushed hard at this point, right? Like it's 10 days out, so you're really peaking now, and then you'll get that last week to kind of slowly dwindle down the training a bit, right?
Yeah, like I say, next couple of days will be really, really hard, and I think maybe from even Tuesday onwards next week it's going to be a little bit more relaxing and probably more focused on the weight cut and the final extra couple of stages before we go out there and do our thing.
Man, on paper, this looks like a pretty well-matched fight, man. Correct me if I'm wrong, 45 fights, 38 wins, 7 losses for yourself. Jake Lund, where we go, here's 47 fights, 42 wins, 5 losses. They're pretty close-looking records on paper. Yeah. So two very highly experienced guys.
And we've fought a lot of the same guys as well with similar outcomes. I think he's beaten Charlie Bob. I've beaten Charlie Bob. I think he's actually 1-1 with Charlie. As I say, we've fought a lot of the same guys, so it's going to be really interesting. And you're right, on paper, it's a very well-matched fight. Fair play to Rise Championship for getting it on.
And it's the diamond belt. I think I heard Jake mention in one of his posts that it's a belt that's been owned by Borkow and Sanchai before as well, so it's a pretty well-known sort of title to fight for.
Yeah, it's the best. The best of the best. There's only been, I think, 7 or 8 champions of all time. And as you mentioned earlier, Borkow, Sanchai and Singdam and, a lot of the top level athletes get the opportunity, and I'm super excited and happy to be one of those athletes getting the opportunity and chance to shine.
That's it, man. And having watched Jake a couple of times fight, I actually watched him fight in Hong Kong a long time ago. It was a good decade ago. He was training with Aaron back then, Azatron Smith they call him. He's passed away, but he was a good guy. I met him in Sydney before. He fought really well then, and he's been kicking on since then. Man, what would you say are his strengths that you have to be careful of?
To be quite honest, I laugh, not out of disrespect to Jake, but I often don't really watch my opponents too much. I did see him fight when I originally came to Australia about 6-7 years ago. He fought a chap called Milad here in Perth, and I remember it being an awesome fight. It was a really good fight. I watched Jake as a fan last couple of years, definitely his last few fights on Rebellion and stuff like that, but as I say, that was more of a fan. It wasn't really a potential opponent at that moment in time. So his strengths is from a fan's perspective, he's got great hands, he's fought great guys. He's a great fighter, and I can't wait to get in there.
Man, when I look at you two, I think that, like, looking at both of you, and again, no disrespect to Jake, he's achieved great things in the sport, but he seems to be very hand reliant. And the old adage, a very wise man once told me that kick beats punch, knees beat kick, and then elbows beat knee, teep beats everything. If that's a true adage, man, you love using the teep, you love using the long knees.
Yep.
And on paper, and in what I watch, from what I see on the footage, I think that he's going to have a very difficult time fighting you, man. What do you think?
I mean, I obviously hope that's the case, but once again, no disrespect, but I'm not entirely sure the rule set is the same in Queensland. I think Queensland are very punch focused, very punch heavy, and that's what they want to see. So the scorecards may not reflect kicking and teeping beats all. So I'm prepared for that. It might be a different fight. You might see a different George. Who knows? We'll wait and see what happens when we get in there. But it'll be one of those things where I'll give it my all and hope for the best.
That's it, man. I think the problem is landing it to get that point, bro, because you got the length that you have, man. Your height and reach advantage is going to be pretty big, and you're fighting up. It's light heavy, right? So it's up there, man. I'm sure Jake was fighting. When I watched him, it wasn't a big lad, so I don't know what he was fighting back there, but it looked very light, and he's grown into the frame, obviously. But yeah, he's not going to be anywhere near as long as you, right?
Yeah. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure how big he is. I guess we'll see at the weigh-in, but yeah, like I say, at the weigh-in you're both depleted and hungry and thirsty, so I guess you don't really get a true reflection until you actually get in the ring on the day. So yeah, you know me, I take it by ear and just wait and see what happens. You know, it doesn't necessarily matter who I'm fighting. I just do what I do, and once again I hope for the best.
That's it, man. So any other major things happening in George Mann's life at the moment? Anything going on of interest?
Yeah, so obviously, this fight is huge. It would pretty much cement my career at the 79 division. It gives me only few opponents left to fight, I would say, after this fight, apart from rematches. So what's next? You know, there's a couple of things in the pipeline that obviously I can't say too much of at the moment, but there's a few exciting things that have been agreed. There's a couple of fights that are already in the works and confirmed to happen next year. So yeah, there's quite a few things that are exciting and that are happening. It may or may not be at the 79 kilo division. I might be going out with my comfort zone and either going lower or higher. But yeah, I'm super excited for that. But as you know, I won't skip too far ahead. I'll focus on this fight, and regardless of the outcome in this fight, it's going to be a great battle. And afterwards, I'll then change my focus and move on to the next one. But yeah, listen, lots of exciting things happening here. One kind of special thing to mention in this prep, Riddler's Darren Riddler Reece, he actually flew over my brother-in-law from Thailand. His name is Saming Prai, or his nickname is Bao, and he's been a huge part of my career, as well as Darren and a couple of other trainers previously. So to have my brother-in-law over in Perth training me, and you know, not even if he's training me, he's just around it. You know, I'm hitting pads with Darren, and you know, I can see him in the corner of my eye pushing one of the other fighters. You know, it makes me feel like home. And for me, it's been a really surreal experience. It's been brilliant having him here, and yeah, once again, regardless of the fighting scene, it's exciting. You know, it's something that I've loved having, and it's a big part of my life to have him here.
That's awesome, man. I didn't put the two together because I saw Darren post a few times that Bao was there training. I didn't put two and two together. That was the guy you mentioned in our last interview that you trained with before in Thailand, right? Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So to have him here alongside Darren and Barry and all the other coaches, Dylan, everyone at Riddler's is, you know, it's just made that camp a little bit more special. You know, as I say, it doesn't matter who I'm hitting pads with or who I'm training with, but just having him here has been an extra bit of boost. You know.
That's sick, man. Will he be helping you in the corner over in the fight?
Yeah. So I just want to say thanks to everyone that's going across to the fight. We've got quite a few going over. I think we've got maybe 15, 20 tickets or something like that sold. So I'll have 3 cornermen as well. So we're definitely coming in numbers. Maybe not as big as his numbers, but we'll do our best. But it's obviously such a big hike coming from Perth over to Brisbane. So those that have made the effort, thank you very much, and it doesn't go unnoticed, and I genuinely do appreciate it. We'll make some noise on the night.
That's awesome, man. I wish I could be over there too, but unfortunately I'm stuck in Macau until another couple of weeks after that, so I won't be able to make it. Man,
that's all right.
Just a quick thing to finish off. I want you to give me a prediction. I'll give a quick lead up to it, and I'll post this as a short. So your big fight coming up, man, against Jake Lund at Rise Championships, December 10. Give us your quick prediction.
Oh, I'll say George Mann win on points, but who knows? There could be a surprise. We'll see. But I'll say George Mann wins on points.
Nice one, bro. Look forward to it. Best of luck, man. I hope everything works for you on the night.
Thank you very much,
right,
and thanks for having me.
No worries, man. Thanks for your time. Cheers.